What up, everybody? Everybody, what's up, everybody? NFL. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the What's Up, Everybody podcast here with my co-host, Sweetness to the T-ness.
Yep. Sketch me out every time you say that, but, you know, we are a rated G podcast here, so.
You think I was going to kind of keep going with the
we're
rhymes?
one letter away from danger and potentially ruining both of our careers, so you just keep that on the forefront of the old cerebellum.
You got it. And just telling the truth, you know?
Just being honest.
Yeah.
But how you been, WB?
Good. I mean, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
I don't think we actually made eye contact at all yesterday.
Yeah.
So for
we were
a full day.
We were in the same vicinity, you know, the same building, but I don't think we did make eye contact.
I didn't come in yesterday, so.
Well, not yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday.
You said that
you didn't come in. I was thinking it was Friday. I'm thinking today's Saturday. But way off.
Way off.
Yeah, it's been a while.
The old Pettis punch is coming back.
The what?
Nothing.
But yeah, it looks like looks like your beard's grown a little bit since I last seen you.
It has, because naturally that's usually what beards do. They grow a little bit over time. So you're probably correct on the fact that it has grown a little bit more.
You know, I feel.
But it also has to do with, don't interrupt me. It also has it also has something to do with just my overall maturity and stature as a man, being a man.
Yeah.
I am.
I mean, what are you saying?
Nothing in particular, just that people with beards tend to be stronger, smarter, faster, better at everything, really.
Well, you know, I did hear something. I don't remember what it was, but it was something to the fact that, like, guys that can grow beards easily, like massive beards, have like a warrior lineage. Like they're
that
from.
makes sense.
You know?
Yeah. With every centimeter of hair growth, I feel like my testosterone increases 300 to 400 mcgs per unit squared.
Now, the question is, what does that say for me? You know, I can't grow a beard. I got some nose hair that comes out. Does that count?
You got that thing on top of your head that I'm pretty sure has a mind of its own.
So this is my superpower.
Your hair?
Yeah, just a flip, not the whole thing, just the flip in the front.
Okay.
You know, it's got a mind of its own. Sometimes it whispers to me. Mm-hmm. You know, if I sit too long or if it's really quiet, I can hear it talking to me, telling me to do really bad things, but I ignore it. But
it's kind of like the devil on your shoulder. I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. But no, for real, I was scrolling through the old YouTube shorts, and I did hear, this is true, I was like watching this, that they did a study on people with full beards, people with like semi-beards, and people with no beards, like an impact test on their heads, like to see if it affects
punch absorption.
Basically punch absorption, and they found that people with no beards, whenever they took a blow to the jaw, some crazy high number, like I want to say like 85 to 95% of the time they broke something. And then like people who had beards, whenever they took a shot to the jaw, they broke something like 45% of the time.
What?
So it's like a fact that beards do protect the chin from heavy blows.
So Johnny Hendricks knew what he was doing.
Johnny Hendricks, Roy Big Country Nelson.
Anybody else have a big beard now?
Grizzly Adams.
Grizzly Adams
had a beard. Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Well, yeah. Real quick, before we get into our podcast, you know, a big shout out to one of our sponsors. These guys are amazing. Legacy Precious Metals. If you guys are looking to invest in gold and silver, and you're new, I mean, these guys are great over there at Legacy Precious Metals. They help me with any questions that I have. They're just phenomenal.
100%. And me coming from somebody who really isn't a wizard. I'm a wizard on most things, but investing in precious metals.
A little more growth in the beard and you'll have it.
Well, look who's talking. You know what I mean? Somebody who was looking at just interested in investments and things like that. I had no idea what I was looking at, but over there at Legacy Precious Metals, they offer a free guide that basically walks you through the whole process of investing in gold and silver. So if you have any questions or if you are interested in doing something like that, check out the link, WB's link, down in the description below and get info. Call them up. They'll answer any questions. They really are a great group of guys.
Dude, it's hot right now. Buying metals like silver, gold, it's hot. So you guys got to get you some.
Click that link
Yes.
down below. Appreciate
Yes.
you guys. Appreciate Legacy Precious Metals for all you guys help us out with. But without further ado, UFC 283 WB. What do you see? You know what I mean?
I like that. That was a nice one. We're just gonna be rhyming all day, guys.
Yeah. Comes with the
Get your
beard,
notebooks out because
Sweet T's dropping bars.
I mean,
Hershey.
Hershey
Actually, I don't
bars.
like Hershey.
No.
What's your favorite bar, dude?
Well,
Are you a candy guy?
We went from UFC to candy.
I know. That's
yeah,
our podcast too. You pivot.
Yeah,
you know,
you got
you
to.
adapt.
I do actually. I'm addicted. One of our Ines was one of our students that brought us some German chocolate over there. Delicious. I swear, you get Hershey's, which is good, but there's something about that German chocolate. I forgot, what are they called, Sweet Tea? They're over there somewhere.
It looks like the package says Duplo.
Duplo.
It almost looks kind of like a Nutella thing. I don't know.
It's so good. It's like a Twix. It's like a Twix with German chocolate, but better. So good. I don't know. I if I go to the movies, I get my go-tos. I have my go-tos. I don't have a big sweet tooth, but I do. Did you hear that? The little gurgle there in the back of the throat? And then, the listeners probably did.
Old.
Yeah, you start getting to a certain age, you start leaking from places.
Mm-hmm. Certain age and a certain weight, stuff just starts seeping out. Trust me, I know. Anyways, continue back to the bars.
So yeah, movies. I got my go-to. I'll either do some chocolate-covered raisins. Mm-hmm. I'll do like some normal M&Ms, and what I like is like I'll get them warm, so that way when you put it in your mouth, they just break immediately. You don't have to like chew them; they just break into like melted chocolate.
You are a
so I just sit on them until they just get hot.
Character.
Try it, guys. It's good.
So you're a chocolate guy.
I love chocolate. I'm not a what do you call those, like gummy bear,
like sugary candy?
No.
Like a candy guy?
No. I do like
I
some
am
dark
a candy
chocolate.
guy.
You are.
I am not a chocolate guy. One of my go-to candies.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Because I think I know Sour Patch Kids.
No.
What?
No.
You always get Sour Patch Kids.
No, they're a little too sour. I'm tapped out at like those extreme like sour ropes. The ropes.
But there's not enough. I feel like there's never enough.
I know,
of
but
those.
they make them now to where they like chop them into bits.
Oh,
you know, you eat them. Or I'm a huge fan of the soft-filled Airhead bites.
You know what I did like though, which I haven't seen in a while. We used to sell them. Were the nerd ropes.
Nerd ropes. They have the nerd bites.
Oh, those are actually pretty good. But I'm not a candy. I'm a chocolate person.
Yeah.
I mean, even when it comes down to ice cream, don't like vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, 100% of the time. The darkest of chocolate. If I want to do a milkshake, chocolate ice cream.
When it comes to ice cream, I'm a birthday cake guy.
Really?
I'm a big fan of the BD cake.
I guess, I don't know. Do you like mint chocolate chip?
No.
No, me neither. Never like that.
I'm not a mint choco guy.
I'm
not a big fan of mint in general.
If I'm at the grocery store, I'm getting any kind of chocolate ice cream with peanut butter in it. Peanut butter, chocolate ice cream.
I can do some turtle tracks.
Turtle tracks are good
with the little peanut butter cups in them.
Yeah, because you don't want an ice cream it's just ice cream. You want some little bites in there because then it like takes longer to eat it because you have to fondle with the chocolate in your mouth.
Yeah,
watch
it gives
the
you a
movie
little
last
bit more
longer.
to do.
Yeah.
With it, lets you enjoy the experience a little bit more. Yeah, for real. Can't just be getting vanilla.
No.
When you have an assortment of ice creams, you're like, oh, I just want this. Skip everything else. Let me just get plain vanilla.
Yeah, I feel if you're that kind of a person, you have a personality of just the wallpaper. You know what I mean?
You can't just be getting
vanilla and nothing else. Come on,
adding in it.
No, they should just take vanilla just out, unless it's in the Neapolitan. All three, at least that's something. Vanilla, strawberry, chocolate combined, it all ends up turning into chocolate. So chocolate is the dominating ice cream over all of them.
Yeah.
You take strawberry, any kind of ice cream, mix it together with chocolate, it will all become chocolate. Not the other way around.
Gotta say, W, you haven't tried that one out, but I'm not a big chocolate ice cream guy.
I can't eat ice cream, solid ice cream. I scoop it up. I put a little bit of milk on top of it. Have you tried that?
No, dude.
and the milk freezes.
Oh my god!
And then
no wonder he doesn't have a beard. Are you kidding me? This is absolute insanity.
And then you mix it up to where it's like a shake in a bowl.
Psychopath over here,
bro. I'm kind of a psychopath.
Milk on frozen milk.
Dude, yeah, it's so good. And what it does is, well, I like it because it allows you to mix it up easier, so it becomes more of a shake. I'm making my mouth water right now.
What have we done?
You know what I'm doing? You know what I'm doing after this?
I hear
I'm gonna go
catching the mid sentence swallows. That's how you know the mouth's watering. When you're forced to swallow like mid sentence. So
Good
there
stuff.
you have it. Quick delve into the life of. I'm a big. If I have a milkshake, I have to.
We're not done
I
yet.
have to have gummy bears in it. And I love to eat the hard gummy bears.
And you're the one that's supposed to come from the warrior lineage with that beard, with the gummy bears.
Yeah, bears. I eat bears, bro. It makes sense.
Good. That was good. That was good. I can't.
Exactly.
I can't.
Moving on to UFC 283, WB.
Right. Yeah, we can't. We got to stop.
First big card of the year.
Yeah.
First PPV.
PPVs.
First off, we dropped a video this past Friday.
Yeah.
Which we don't normally upload on Fridays, but we did. Hilarious.
Y'all need to check it out.
Y'all got to go watch it. It's not
funny.
It's not being watched by a bunch of people. It's being watched for a good amount of time, and people are clicking on it, but just not a lot of people are clicking on it. So if you're listening, go click on it. Watch it. It's a good, fun video we dropped. Different
Hilarious.
content. Entertaining.
Very entertaining.
On the lead up to this fight. So it was good stuff. But anyways, back to UFC 283. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Back at it. Fight capital. One of the fight capitals of the world. They are a bunch of warriors in Brazil. They love their fighting. WB, what a night of fights.
Crazy, man. I feel like every time they go to Brazil, it is nuts. I mean, there's great knockouts. You got a bunch of new people on the card, people from Brazil on the card that are just going
a lot
crazy
of debutees,
yeah.
a lot of youngins, and a lot of veterans.
A lot of veterans. I mean, you had people making Hall of Fames. I mean, you had people retiring. You had guys coming up, knocking dudes out, debut. It was wild.
It was a crazy night of fights for sure. A lot of ups, a lot of downs.
Towns.
A lot of brawls, some good scraps.
Scrappy dappies.
Ends of eras. So let's just get into it right off the bat. And, this is one that just kind of stood out to me. Warley Alves versus Nicholas Dalby, both welterweights. Now, if you remember, Alves, for a while, was the only person to beat Colby Covington.
Mm-hmm.
He hit him with that really tight guillotine right off the bat. And,
yeah,
that was his thing. But then he just kind of puttered out there for a little bit. He was supposed to be the next
big thing. I don't know why he puttered out. Was if it was injuries or... Do you know?
I think he just had a gas tank issue that he could never really get. He was known for his power. He was known for his strength, and he just kind of couldn't keep it up for a little bit there. Yeah. I want to say...
He's a pretty young guy. He's not too old.
I want to say Kamaru Usman. Was he the one? I think Kamaru Usman fought him for the Ultimate Fighter belt. Like to
really?
win the
I thought
Ultimate
that was
Fighter.
Vicente Luque.
No, they were training together, no?
I don't remember. We have to go back and check that
I think
out.
they were on the same team.
Huh. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking it was Vicente that he fought.
I'm pretty sure it was Warley Alves. I want to say that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, that's how long the dude's been around.
Wow.
And he came back last night versus Nicholas Dalby. And if you remember, Dalby was the one that fought Darren Till the closest.
Yep.
And then he ran into issues outside of the octagon, put him back.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's got his mind right, working his way back up. It was a decent scrap. Dalby got the W, split decision. I didn't necessarily agree with the split decision. I thought Dalby clearly won 2 of the 3 rounds.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's just
good to
always
see them
kind
back.
of cool to see somebody like Dalby or just kind of get back in there after what he went through and where he's at. Solid. He's got kind of a traditional martial arts background as well, so you can kind of see he threw like a side kick in there. Some good.
He threw like a side kick.
Yeah, he threw like one side kick. He threw a lot of front leg stuff, round kicks.
You throw a side kick, you're definitely from a traditional martial arts.
You throw a single side kick, because in reality they don't work. So only people who do traditional martial arts have the the audacity to believe that side kicks actually work and will actually throw one. Isn't that right?
That's right. That's right. Side kicks don't work.
But it was cool to see Dalby back in the win column. I just wanted to point that out there. Not one of the most exciting fights, but just cool to see.
Seeing him back at it. Both guys. Dalby with the dub.
Dalby got the closed dub. Now moving on. This one was rough to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Tough to watch. You had Ishmael Bonfim debut in the UFC. He fought in Contender Series, won his. He's not a youngin by any means. I mean, he's had over. I think his record now is at like 19-3.
That's Brazil for you.
I know. He must just be fighting like crazy before he got into the UFC, but fought Contender Series, won that, came into the UFC. This was his debut against Terrence McKinney. T-Rex.
Oh, McKinney, man. I was wanting McKinney to win. You know, he came to my fight.
Mm-hmm. Where's Kevin Holly?
Super respectful.
Him and Jamal
both were at my fight. And super respectful. You know, every time I saw him, it was like, what's up, Wonderboy? You know, super. I was kind of going for him. I didn't know who Bonfim was. So I was going for him. So it was kind of hard to see him lose that way. You know, good old knee to it was almost like his neck and jaw.
Yeah.
But, you know, they were all buds after, you know, doing shots after the fights.
You know, what can you do after something like that?
Exactly.
You know, it's just, in my opinion, I felt like Bonfim showed his experience. He was patient.
Mm-hmm.
He was countering McKinney really well. McKinney had a lot of kind of big looping, powerful shots, and Bonfim was able to slip, come in with the counters, landed big, heavy, and then eventually
just put him down with that flying knee.
That flying knee to the neck.
Those flying knees, man, they'll get you.
They'll get you or they won't get you, you know?
Yeah.
They'll get you or they'll make you look like, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, was that necessary?
Yeah,
like,
or you throw it and then you put yourself in a bad position.
But so McKinney's in there. He's young. He had an immaculate debut himself when he took out Matt Frivola in like 30 seconds, which on short notice. But here he is. He's in enemy territory. He gets knocked out. It wasn't like a TKO. It was a knockout. What do you, as a veteran of the game, what are you saying to a kid like that? Like, you know, when you get knocked out, most of the time the mentality is, I want to get back into the cage as fast as possible. Got to redeem myself and show.
Wrong thing to do, especially after a devastating KO like that. You know, you getting put to sleep, you're going to have to take some time off. Now, with a young fighter like him, he's going to heal up fast, but I can't emphasize this enough. You have to take the time off to give your brain, your mind, your body time to heal up before you step back out there. Me getting knocked out at an older age, yes, you know, you're not going to heal up as fast as these young cats, but I listened to my doctor. You know, he had me not on social media, off of my phone, not watching TV. Any kind of blue light or bright light was not good for the brain, and it helps, you know, it takes longer to heal. So, McKinney, if you're listening to this, buddy, take the time off, heal up. I'm not saying, you know, not to train. You shouldn't be taking any hits, but you can still get into some bag work, break a sweat, things like that. But give your time, yourself like ample time to heal up, and then go back to the drawing board. You know,
the brain is still one of those things that's relatively unknown what something like that will do. Now, it seemed like it was more of a TMJ shot, like a nerve shot, than it was like you got punched in the chin and then you got 2 hammers dropped on your dome afterwards.
Yeah.
His, like you said, it was more to like the jaw neck area.
It was a single blow, boom, down. Like for me, I got knocked out and I got 2 shots. He got 2 shots in on me.
Yeah.
So, but still, even if it's a nerve, you don't really know unless you're getting checked out. Get checked out, see what's going on up here, see if there's any brain bleeds, concuss, swelling of the brain, that can happen as well. But just take the time off, man. Don't jump back out there. We know you're a beast, and then come back when you're ready.
Mm-hmm. Plus, you got to give yourself time to like, all right, what happened?
Yeah.
Why did I react that way? What was going on? You got to correct the mistakes. This is stuff you want to do right now, early in your career. You know, kind of iron out the kinks.
Mm-hmm.
Now he knows what it's like to fight on a big card in front of enemy territory.
Has that experience.
He has that experience. Take it into those next fights and just grow. But like WB said, always emphasize caution when it comes to a KO and take the time.
I mean, and, it's not that bad. Like, I was just out. Like, I didn't hurt afterwards.
Yeah.
I was just out. There was no bodily pain. I had a little bit of a headache, but it wasn't that bad. Now you know what it's like, bro. Now we can just go out there and do our thing. But just give yourself some time off. That's what I would say.
Amazing performance by Bonfim.
Yeah, Bonfim.
Great debut.
Like you said, showed his experience out there. 19 fights?
19 wins and 3 losses.
I had 5 before I got in the UFC.
You had 5. I know. Some people are coming into the UFC with just these crazy records. You had 5 fights.
5.
Well, 5 MMA fights.
5 MMA,
obviously.
right.
But
yeah.
So next up, heavyweights, and I was impressed with. I don't know how to say his first name. Jailton, Hilton. I don't know. Jilton Almeida versus Shamil Abdurakhimov. Dude, Almeida, he was wrestling for a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Picking him up, slamming. And he's not even like a true heavyweight.
No.
He's like a 205er.
But he's
jacked.
Dude, I thought he was a welterweight when I saw him. I was like, man, this dude's a welterweight? Because how shredded he was. When do you ever see, besides, those guys at the top, that shredded at heavyweight?
Yeah.
I mean, he was jacked.
And to wrestle, and you figure you see a heavyweight that can wrestle, and I know DC could do it, but I mean, he was an Olympic wrestler, But like you see Almeida pick dudes up, slamming them. You think, all right, well, it's early in the fight.
He's going to gas out.
He's still got a lot of energy. He was able to pick him up, but he's going to gas out. He's got to.
Yeah.
Did it the next round, and he was on mount. He was controlled. And Abdurakhimov, he's no slouch.
No.
He was defending really well in that first round from anything substantial happening, but he was the one that ended up gassing in the second, and he got to the point to where he was just like.
Yeah, I was so impressed with that guy and the fact that, you never really see a whole lot of heavyweights with that kind of a cardio and that gas tank.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe this was a catch weight. Maybe this guy normally fights at 205 or 185 or something, just decided to go up. Mm-hmm. But no, he's been fighting heavyweight for a long time.
Yeah, but people are still saying he needs to go to 205.
Imagine what he'd do at 205. Even more shredded and jacked. He's not a super tall guy, but just the build, the physique. You look across from him. I would not want that guy across from me with that kind of a, physique. Mm-hmm. Look like a professional bodybuilder, that dude.
I know, dude. Scary.
Chiseled.
Yeah.
I was impressed. Oh, it was great.
Me too.
It wasn't his debut, was it?
No, he's undefeated in the UFC. I want to say he's got
that's right.
He's
undefeated.
like 4-0 or something.
Okay.
So
he's going to move up the rankings fast at heavyweight.
Yeah, it might be better for him to stay at heavyweight, and he'll be top 5 probably next week after 4-0. But super impressed with him. And then we get back into the welterweight division.
This is welterweight, yeah.
Bonfim versus Laziz.
Now is he older brother?
Bonfim. So there's Ishmael Bonfim, and then there's Gabriel Bonfim. Gabriel, the welterweight, is the younger brother.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
And he was 13-0, making his UFC debut against a pretty tough Laziz. And he's a boxer. Comes from a boxing background, but he had 10 submissions. Now he's got 11 submission wins.
That's crazy. You come from a boxing background, then you got what? Would you say how many submissions?
I think he's got like 10 or 11.
That's crazy. That's good. Very well rounded then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's from. I feel like if you're born in Brazil, you're automatically a jiu-jitsu black belt.
That's like number 1.
Yeah, it's number 1. If you're from Brazil and you don't have your black belt, they like kick you out of the country.
Yeah, exile to the States.
Not allowed to come back.
But impressive. I will say he did eat some pretty heavy leg kicks, and we didn't get to see a whole lot, so you can't really go off a whole lot. But I mean, exciting things for this kid in the future. He's now 14-0 with some 6 submissions. That guillotine was
tight.
Yeah, I mean.
What more can you say about it? I mean, he went out there and the bomb bims were crushing out there in Brazil, dude. See, that's why we need to get a Thompson. You got to make it that UFC, sweet tea. You know what I mean? We can fight on the same card.
People be like, yeah, dude, the younger one's the better one.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying about him. They're saying the younger one, the welterweight, is the better brother.
I mean,
now being the older brother, I'd be like mad. I'd be like, bro, you're a punk. You ain't better than me.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably scrapping right now back home.
Yeah. Like, I'm the better one. Like, no, I'm the better one.
That's what people say. See?
Yeah.
I'm the better one. People don't know that I'm the better one. I'll let you think, let people think you're the better one.
Yeah.
But anyway, brotherly love.
So big things, big bright things for him in the future.
Bump him.
It's always interesting to see what they'll do with those young undefeated prospects.
Yeah, right.
Where are they going to go?
How fast they're going to jump up. They'll probably jump up a pretty good ways. But then
there's just so many studs at welterweight, though.
It's just the welterweight. Like, why did I have to be the average size?
Mm-hmm. The most average size.
Right. Why did I have to be the most average size with such crazy wrestlers in that division?
Welterweight is probably the most wrestling heavy.
I mean, you got some striker. I mean, you got a striker now, but if you think about it, Bilal, you got Usman, you got Colby, you got Hamzat, you got, I don't even know anybody else.
Gilbert Burns.
Grappler. I mean, Magny.
Sean Brady. Michael Chiesa.
Yep, grapplers.
Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Shavkat. Oh, yeah. But then you have strikers. Let's see. You got Leon. You got myself. You got Vicente. You got Jeff Neal.
Michel Pereira.
Masvidal.
Yeah.
That's how you
so
actually pronounce his name.
So it's a pretty even split down the mid-section.
Yeah.
In terms of strike-grap ratio.
Yeah.
But still, a lot of solid wrestlers.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, how do you find, what's better to have? People ask me that about MMA all the time. Where should I go? If I want to do MMA, where should I start? Should I start with a striking background or a grappling background? And it's like, I always get that. What's the better way to start? And I'm just like, well, every fight starts standing. But then when I think about it, with a grappler, obviously it's like for a striker against a straight wrestler, I have to hit that strike at the most perfect time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because if I do throw and I do miss, he's in on you. Mm-hmm. And if he's in on you, and he's a solid wrestler, it's like, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side, if you're a good striker with solid takedown, defense, and footwork, the more those wrestlers shoot, the more they're going to expose themselves and turn it into a striking match.
Right.
Which is so. There's really no do this and.
I just tell everybody, every fight starts standing, so get that stand up right.
Mm-hmm.
It's me.
No bias.
No, not me.
No, I'm just kidding.
Not at all. No bias. I'm a striker.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with him. A lot of studs at welterweight.
Yeah,
a lot of potential matchups in one of the toughest divisions in the UFC. So we'll see what they do with him. Next up, Hulk versus RoboCop. Not really the craziest in terms of star power. But they do have the best fight names fighting against each other.
Yeah.
Hulk versus RoboCop. Hulk, it was undefeated, I want to say middleweight. I want to say they fought at middleweight.
Now, is he from Brazil?
Yeah, they both were.
Okay, both for that's right.
Yep. And RoboCop went through that war where he had that huge split between his head. He fought Njukwani.
He had that as like a...
Just disgusting. Almost got finished and then came back and won the fight.
He connected his eyebrows with that cut. Had an old unibrow with it.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was bad. Well, it was a knee, you said, right? I thought it was an elbow, but you said it was a knee.
I think it was a jump knee.
It was.
Or like he shot and the dude threw it. Njukwani threw a knee.
I'm thinking it was a knee. I think you're right. I think if I'm correct, I'm thinking it was a knee. But solid fight. I mean,
they were scrapping. Hulk just hit him with that like a little bink, as Robin Black would say, just right to the chin. Didn't look super hard, just perfect placement.
Yeah. Some guys just have that. I mean, accuracy, obviously, but some dudes just have that. I don't know what it is.
I believe when it's called the dim mock.
The dim mock, the death touch, right? Yeah. Like they say Conor had it with his left hand. I don't have it. I just don't have it. But some dudes just have that power that we just don't understand. Like every time they hit you with it, it just, I don't know if they're more dense. Maybe they have more dense bodies or dense bones, but it just puts them to sleep. Nap. And it doesn't even look like they hit them hard. I mean, obviously you got to be accurate, but it didn't look that heavy. It's like one of those Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope kind of punches, you know? Boom.
Yeah, he just backs up.
Didn't get back up.
Dink. He threw like 3 punches before that completely whiffed, and then just knocked him out.
He's out.
Slept RoboCop. That's about how you would imagine a Hulk versus RoboCop fight.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, just crushing him. Hulk. I mean, if you look at the names,
would RoboCop in a real situation even have a chance?
None.
Against Hulk?
0. Out of his firepower, like what do you know in this entire universe or even the Marvel universe that has actually cut the Hulk? Guns? Not. And that's like RoboCop's thing.
Didn't he get cut in that one movie with Bruce Banner?
Yeah, but that's because it was like a huge explosion, but then he healed up instantly. Like he's got like Wolverine type healing.
Yeah.
He's just unsafe. I think he is the Superman of the Marvel.
Yeah, but they just really ruined him when the Avengers movies.
I don't even like the MCU right now.
I know, dude.
Don't even like it. The way they nerfed him was terrible. And he had no huge parts in the final battle. He just started running with this shriveled up wiener of an arm and did nothing. You didn't see him. There was more of Iron Woman, Tony Stark's wife in that than was him.
I know, and I'm
so
the biggest
stupid.
Incredible Hulk fan. I mean, I haven't even had my Hulk ring on right now. He's my favorite go-to guy.
And don't even
because there's just something about having that endless power, like with the rage.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets
bigger. He gets stronger. He gets more mad, more angry. And then don't even get me started on She-Hulk. Just don't. I don't even know why I brought that up. I brought it up myself.
Like the TV show? Yeah. I don't even seen it. I'm not going to see it.
Don't see it.
I just haven't been.
I'm pretty sure after the first 2 episodes, I was like, nah, dude.
This ain't it.
Nope.
But being a big Hulk fan,
comic book Hulk.
Yeah, you got to get your mind right.
Remember him versus Pitt? Remember Pitt?
I remember Pitt. Pitt was awesome.
He was awesome. He was like just an alien Hulk.
Yeah, that's all he was. Or Pitt could squat the Golden Gate Bridge 10 times.
Yeah. We would Google it.
But was he the one that had that boy?
Yeah.
Or no, his nemesis was like a boy or something, wasn't he?
No, wasn't it? His nemesis. He was he had an alien.
A big scary alien.
He was a big scary alien, but then he had this other being inside of him. And I think in that comic book, it went inside that boy.
And Pitt was trying to save the boy or something.
Yeah, but it wasn't the thing. The entity wasn't bad. It was a good guy. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. Evan had those comic books somewhere.
I know, dude. Pitt, awesome.
Pitt was awesome.
Speaking of Pitt, my man Ehor's got to throw his celebration into the pit.
Dude, I know.
Ehor versus the legend who, first off, Shogun Hua, WB, thoughts on him as a fighter and his career go?
A legendary. I think Shogun, the dude's fought in the best promotion. He fought in freaking Pride. Those are the good old days. He fought in Pride where sauce was encouraged, right? They wanted you sauced up and juiced up. He fought those dudes. Been in the UFC since the 90s, I feel like, maybe early 2000s, and had some of the most epic wars. When you think about some of the best fights of all time, you gotta it's gotta be up there with Shogun, and Shogun's versus Lyoto Machida's gotta be up there. It was just one of the best fights. He's awesome. I think you should have hung it up a while ago.
Yeah.
Just from over the years of punishment, especially in those Pride days where they could just punch your head like a soccer ball. I don't think he ever got punted, but still.
Yeah.
It was brutal. But yeah, man, when I see somebody like that going into the cage nowadays, I'm like, I just hope he wins. I hope he doesn't get obliterated or just knocked out cold. I can't stand to see those guys do that. It's like every time I would watch Tony Ferguson after that war he had, whenever he was shaking his head, after that fight, I just don't want to see him get knocked out.
That was Gaethje, right?
Yeah.
I know, dude. There's just a certain wall, like a certain point in time when you hit that wall, and when you continue to fight after that, it just usually is never a good thing, and you end up kind of.
No.
I know. He definitely looked like he was past the wall last night. He was trying. It wasn't like he was, a slouch out there. But
no. I mean, he's a legend, man. I think he should definitely be be a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's got to be
100.
Did he ever? He held the title, right?
Yeah, he did. He did.
He beat Lyoto Machida.
Yeah, but he lost it to John Jones.
Yeah, I think so.
John Jones beat him for it, right?
I think so.
I don't know.
That was at 205?
Yeah, Machida used to fight at 205.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, man, I didn't agree, and I don't know if he was trying to be disrespectful at all, but it is disrespectful when you do that to a legend.
Yeah.
You got to show some respect. Like, you haven't even been in the cage long enough to be able to do that. Like, the years and experience that Shogun had in epic wars, and you got this dude that I've never heard of.
I've never heard of him either.
Doing
the suck it routine at him.
Oh, man, come on now.
I
wasn't the only one who wanted.
No, everybody was. And somebody was like, "Bro, he's not allowed to celebrate." It's like, no, we didn't say he's allowed to celebrate, but you can celebrate without telling a legend to suck it.
Right.
Right. Like,
I mean, that's like the universal sign.
Yeah.
Suck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You watch WWE.
It's a sign of disrespect, and they did like the fake gun at him and pointed it on, and it was just like, listen, dude, you just beat a legend. Congrats. Hats off to you. Way to go. But let the moment speak for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be, like, when you beat a legend, I feel like you have to do a Lyoto Machida, just bow.
Yeah, just hit him with
a good old bow.
Just taking the moment of, like, man, it was like he's the last
of that
fighter of the Pride era.
Yeah, dude.
To still compete.
He is.
He's
now that you just thought about that just now?
No, I did. Well, Ariel Helwani said it in one of his things, and I was like, holy crap, dude, that's gone. And
no more.
Nope.
There's nobody else out there. You know who I would feel like was probably on the same level but never fought in Pride and still competing?
Who?
He's a Russian. Guess.
He's a Russian?
He's Russian. I think he's Russian. He's been in a few movies. Still fighting for like 20 years in the UFC or something like that.
Andrei Arlovsky?
Yeah, Andre.
No,
I
don't think he's Russian.
Is he not Russian?
No.
I know he's played Russians in movies. So I just thought he was Russian.
I don't think he's legit like Russian.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know. No. Let's see. Nationality.
Don't tell me it's
Andrei
twice.
Arlovsky.
Don't tell me I did it twice already.
I know, dude.
Is he?
He is from Belarus.
Okay. He plays a good. I mean, where's Belarus?
I want to be honest with you. I don't know my geography.
Yeah.
Let's look.
I feel like everybody else in the world would know exactly where that is except for us.
Yeah, there's a lot of smart people. Oh, it is just north of Ukraine, just west of Russia.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I got to hang out with him at one of the hockey games when we both fought at MSG, Madison Square Garden. It was awesome. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He loves scaring fans in his Russian accent. Belarusian accent. Yeah, it's fun. He's cool. He would try to scare these guys and he would look at me and wink at me. I felt like a little boy.
He was my favorite fighter when I was growing up.
Yeah,
I remember Dad used to always have fight parties. And for whatever reason, every time we had a fight party, he was fighting, like always.
That's when he had the long hair, right?
Longer hair. That's when he would just crush people.
Yeah.
And then he got knocked out like 18 times in a row.
No, he fought for Affliction. Remember that? Affliction. He got knocked out by
Fedor.
Yeah. Just like he tried to flying knee him. Fedor just hit him with that too. Boo, right on the chin. You know who else fought on that card? And he looked super young. Was
Frank Shamrock.
Did Frank put on
I
that?
have no idea. I just
Okay,
was the
no.
first thing that came to my head.
I cannot figure. Freaking what's his name? Chris fought him. Steroids.
Anderson Silva.
No.
Vitor.
Vitor. I say steroids. You know who
Yeah.
it is. Vitor. Vitor fought on that card. I think he lost though. But there was a few guys. Remember, Affliction was trying to be that next like competitive, because they were a sponsor of the UFC. I think the UFC got rid of them, so they tried to start their own thing.
Yep.
The Affliction shirts.
Do you remember
I used to
Brett
have
Moses?
those. Yeah,
His name Brett? No, was his name Brett Moses?
he's the one that did the fight.
No.
What are you talking about?
He was like he got knocked out by Fedor, a young kid.
No, Brett Moses is like a promoter.
Brett. No, dude. What was his name?
Okay, so what happened now?
He was just supposed to be like the next big thing. He was fought in Strike Force. He got beat by Fedor. Fedor knocked him out, but he was supposed to be like just like the guy
To beat Fedor or something?
Yeah.
Nope, don't know.
Brett Rogers.
What does he look like? Let me see.
Brett Rogers.
Brett Rogers.
2009.
What?
He was supposed to be the dude.
Show me a picture. You guys look him up. Google Brett Rogers. Oh yeah.
He was putting people to sleep.
Yeah.
And they fought in the Strike Force heavyweight.
And he just crushed him.
And Fedor slept him.
Do you know what's sad? Is that Fedor never fought for the UFC. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when people are put in Hall of Fames, like it's
Yeah.
usually the UFC Hall of Fame that like really matters. You know what I mean? What other Hall of Fames are there? There's not like a worldwide MMA Hall of Fame, right?
Right.
Well, but he did fall in Pride, so I guess that, because now they own Pride. Because you had a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame, like who from Pride?
He was on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Dang.
10 fight winning streak, and then Fedor beat him, and then Alistair beat him, Josh Barnett beat him.
Overeem beat him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in those days, he beat everybody.
He knocked out Andrei Arlovsky before he fought. So yeah, he's supposed to be the next deal. Nuts.
Is he
Nuts. No. Who? Brett Rogers?
No.
Wait, Brett Rogers?
No,
Brett Rogers.
yeah, Brett Rogers. Not Brett. What's his face? Is he still fighting?
Who?
Emelianenko. I mean,
Yeah, Fedor.
yeah, Fedor.
I think there was like one more fight left that he was about to do.
What organization? Pride? What was it?
No,
Was it
Bellator.
Oh, then he ain't going to be going to that UFC Hall of Fame. He's
No.
fighting for Bellator.
Yeah.
Dang, man. Because we were there. Were you there with me when International Fight Week and we got to meet the Gracie Killer? Why can I not think of these names? I think the caffeine is getting to me, sweet tea.
I think the caffeine, brother.
It's the caffeine.
It's that
dog.
40 years on this earth,
Nah,
guys.
bro. 40 years is not that long. But anyway, what's his name? He beat the Gracie, like broke his arm. He beat Henzo. Japanese dude. Sakuraba.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
You were there?
No.
Dude, he was awesome. He was decked out. He was on the Hall of Fame too. I got to meet him.
Yeah.
He was cool. Sakuraba. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. So, shout out.
Don't be
Julio,
disrespectful
legend.
to Shogun.
Yeah. Johnny Walker versus Paul, the Scottish warrior.
Scottish.
It only lasted 1 minute.
Now,
Dang, bro.
Walker lost when? Was he on my? He wasn't on my card, was he? I felt like he just lost recently.
Remember, they kept showing Jamal Hill knocking him out.
Oh, maybe that's what it was then. But yeah, when TKO'd him, dude.
No,
and that's a scary guy. Because remember,
Oh wait, who TKO'd him?
Walker.
Yeah, TKO'd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, and if you think about it, Jamal Hill got submitted by the Scottish warrior with an armbar, like dislocated his
he
elbow.
won his last fight.
Okay.
UFC 279.
279.
That was in September.
Okay. Yeah. So it was fairly recent, but still,
Yeah, but the fight before that, he got knocked out by
that's what I thought.
Jamal.
Yeah. But then, like you said, the Scottish warrior, submitted Jamal Hill with an arm
Broke
bar.
his arm.
Broke his arm.
Dislocated his elbow or whatever.
Yeah.
That was rough.
And now he's champ.
Now he's champ. What? So, ipso facto, Paul Craig is champ, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
E pluribus unum.
E pluribus unum.
He's champ. I know. Crazy. Paul Craig. He's got some slick jiu-jitsu, but my man Johnny Walker got that slick kick jitsu, bro.
Yeah, slick kick. He was prepared.
He was.
That was good. It was a good fight.
Through that kick, Paul Craig caught it, and Johnny Walker was like,
and on the side,
mistake.
breakdancer, that
Bam.
worm.
Yeah.
He didn't enter the worm like he did the last time.
No, he went.
He laid down.
He went knees first. He was like, got to keep these shoulders intact.
Can't be dislocating shoulders.
Can't be starting off 2023 with a dislocated shoulder, brother.
Oh, terrible. Look good. He looked good.
Crazy wild. He looked strong, powerful, sharp. Who knows where to go from there? He was one of those, hot young prospects who was supposed to be the next big thing. Ran into some trouble. Now he's just got to get his mind right and
he's been doing
continue
good.
To grind to that 205 belt. Maybe he can get that rematch with Hill. And
yeah,
I mean not next, but eventually, get up there. Big fight for him. But he looked good. He looked strong. You got Andrade versus Murphy. I mean, there's not really much to say about that. It's just that
got the UD.
Yeah, Andrade beat the tar out of Murphy. They could have thrown in the towel. It was a rough beatdown, rough to watch. At what point in time do you feel like the coach should throw in the towel?
Like you said,
I feel like it's hard for coaches to throw in the towel.
It is.
If you don't have a fighter who's actively asking, Kevin Holland was like, "I'm done. Take my gloves off."
Yeah.
Then the coach is like, "All right, well, okay." But if you're a coach and you see your fighters getting toe up, but at the same time you know what their goals and their dreams and their aspirations are, you can't just be like, "You're done fighting. Like that's it." I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What's a good?
For some reason, I was thinking that in MMA or something, or in the UFC, maybe, I don't know if it was just up here, maybe I'm just making this up, but there was no corner stoppage. Wasn't there?
You're not allowed to throw in the
towel. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but for some reason that's kind of like been sticking out there, especially after my fight with Kevin. I was like, wait a second, I didn't think in my head that the corner could stop it, but it was actually him that said, take these gloves off. And the guy's like, okay. Yeah. But I don't think there is where you can just, in boxing, you can actually throw in the towel, like literally throw in the towel.
Yeah. Well, you would have to do it like in between rounds, You would.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can stop the fight mid-fight, but if she were to come back to the corner and you see she's just being pummeled, the corner can step in and say, "Hey, we're done. I'm not letting my fighter."
I don't know, man. It's like me and Dad. Like we've got this. I think we talked about it one time. Like I never want him to ever stop a fight, and maybe they have that kind of like deal with their coaches that you're just not going to throw in the towel. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to quit, so you don't quit. I don't know, but if it's like from the first round to the last, or it's a 5-round fight and there's no blockage, but that's why referees. I mean, if they're getting that beat up, the referee's going to stop it.
Yeah, they should, right? Everybody's like blaming it on the corner, right? Like, but if you're a referee too, you're also supposed to.
That's why you're there.
Have the unbiased opinion of like, this person, she's getting toe up. I'm gonna just call the fight right here because and everybody usually blames the corner. Corner, stop the fight, corner. But it's like, isn't that the referee's job?
Yeah.
And like you said, maybe that fighter goes to the corner and they know, like, listen, I want you to know, never stop the fight for me unless I tell you to.
Yeah. Well, I blame, the only time I ever blame corners when they're giving stupid advice in the corner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like you're winning and they're
winning
like
the
losing.
fight. Yeah. The people are booing you because you're just excited.
You're doing the right things.
Yeah.
You hear that? That's good. Keep doing it. It's like, no.
Who was that?
That was Pat Barry and Rose Namajunas versus Carlos Esparza, one of the most worstest fights ever. Like, you hear the booze? It means you're doing the right thing.
That's the only time.
She was like, all right, well, more booze, better. Let me just keep doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's the only time I ever get mad. But if there's somebody's getting pummeled and it's blatant that, you need to stop the fight, I start blaming the ref, start yelling at the ref. I actually yell at the ref, like, stop the fight. Like, what are you doing? Like when Tony Ferguson started shaking his head
Yeah.
I was like, that was the sign. Like, you should have stopped the fight then.
Yeah.
And he's getting punched. And he's like, oh. His blood just like going out of his mouth. I'm like,
Where?
something
Yeah.
like. So, all in all, it's the ref's fault. It's the ref that should be making that choice, not the corner.
Yeah. 'cause
Boxing,
the corner,
other way around.
The corner is obviously biased towards their fighter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It really ultimately, right, is the referee's job to keep the fighter safe. Like that's their job to protect the fighter.
That's why they're there.
So
make sure
sure
there's no
nothing
illegal
illegal
blows.
happens, and then they're taking care of the not the corner. The corner has like this biased view towards their fighter.
Yeah.
It's not always the easiest for the corner, but you're a referee who's supposed to be unbiased. You see this person getting toe up, then you can say, all right, they're not actively defending themselves.
Yeah.
Or even if they are, it's not working. So
He's just on your back.
Yeah, like you're missing all the blocks.
He'd be fine. He's good.
Yeah, he's still moving.
He's still moving.
There's a roll around, you'll be all right. But yeah, so just a beat down.
Andrade just dominated. I wouldn't want to fight her. She's jacked.
I know, dude. Terrifying. Me neither.
Moving
on to the next. You called it.
I did. You know what? I've been doing a lot of that lately.
You have.
And I think people are just starting to find out, like, I'm kind of the oracle when it comes to, you know what I mean? Like, people winning fights or not, like calling fights, I call the Usman fight.
Because to be honest, until you said it, I didn't even remember that RDA and Neil Magny fought.
I figured it was going to go the exact same way. RDA, same body style, same body build, predominantly short, compacted, stocky, strong, great jiu-jitsu.
Moved to welterweight.
Right. Great jiu-jitsu. Okay striking. Submitted Magny with an arm triangle.
Pretty easy and fast. Like, it was shocking how fast he did it. That was like one of RDA's first fights at welterweight.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you look at Gilbert, it's like the same, kind of the same. I wouldn't say they're the exact same fighter, no, but he's strong, was 55er, moved up, got great jiu-jitsu,
Went toe-to-toe with Hamzat,
Yeah.
who Neil Magny admitted, like, during fight week that he got manhandled by.
And I said, watch him finish Magny with the same. Like, he's going to finish in the exact same way.
And he did.
He did. Arm triangle,
no
first
time.
round.
Just walked in there, took Magny down. Magny didn't stop it at all. Hit him with the Army T.
Yep. Done deal. Calling out
Ipso
Colby.
facto, Dunzo.
Colby
Munzo.
Covington, I'm coming for you.
But then after in the press conference, he's like, actually, Colby's a pretty cool guy, but I still want to fight him.
Yeah, you know what he said?
Yeah. He's like, he was super
He was
cool,
in the heat
but-
of the moment, just have to win in Brazil.
Yeah,
so.
he's got to, right? Well, I mean, obviously that's not going to happen. Colby's not fighting for who knows how long.
No, I think he's
Colby
fighting
will
Hamzat.
fight. Yeah, we'll see.
You think so?
I mean, that's the
Well,
fight.
I just saw some
That's
on
the
Instagram.
fight to make.
Yeah.
And if Colby's not going to fight Hamzat, then Bilal needs to fight Hamzat because Colby's just farting around out there.
What's he doing? Does he have to wait till like the? I don't know. What is he doing?
I
I know the whole Masvidal and Colby thing was going on, but
Don't know.
I don't know either.
Do not know.
He was being awfully quiet.
Yeah.
I heard him say something about Hamzat not too long ago, though, like on Instagram. I think it was like yesterday. Something about how it would be an easy win for him or something.
Yeah, like he has no cardio or something.
Yeah. No cardio,
gas
5
tank.
round. UFC's like, it's a 2-round fight.
Yeah. Real quick, Colby, it's actually 1 round.
Yeah, UFC history. We're changing the rules up. So anyway.
Burns wins. What does he do next? In my opinion, I say he fights the loser of. If Leon loses, he fights Leon to try to get back to the title.
Well, you have Bilal, who's on a
or he needs to fight Bilal.
Yeah, I think he needs to fight Bilal.
Yeah, he was just complaining about how Bilal took his spot in the rankings and stuff. Go fight him. Take it back.
Right. Take it
happen.
back.
You didn't take no damage. You can fight Bilal like.
And he wanted it back. He's like, I want to come back really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
He literally got hit negative times.
Takedown, arm triangle, done.
Yeah.
Do it. Make it happen. Bilal versus Gilbert, Bernini, Bofini, Fifa, Fofini, Weenie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
100%ini. Co-main event of the evening.
Wait. Before we get to co-main, or maybe it happened after co-main. I don't remember. I think it was after co-main. Hall of Fame.
Jose.
Jaldo.
I know, dude.
Yeah, Jaldo.
Oh, yeah.
Jose.
Thoughts on Jose Aldo.
Freaking amazing. I mean,
What sticks out?
WEC champ, UFC champ, was undefeated for like a decade, I feel like. Just fought. I don't know. Is it me? I mean, do I think it was when I saw him. I mean, it was emotional.
Yeah.
He was crying. You know, it was blah blah blah. It was amazing. It was awesome. He's what, 34,
Mid-30s.
35.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking he was older.
He's
But
been
anyway.
around.
Yeah, a lot of fights, a lot of miles on that dude. And the way he fought, he's just a hard guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hard leg kicks, man. He's awesome. I've loved him for the longest time.
I know. I was really hoping he was going to beat
I
Conor.
know, me too, dude.
I was really pulling hard for him against Conor. I've since, kind of lightened up towards Conor a little bit and what he does, and he's actually a good fighter.
But at the time when he
was doing just the extra stuff and the disrespect of Jose, and so I was like, "Come on, Jose!" And then for 13 seconds there, I was like, "All right, here we go." And then
tragedy struck.
That's right. I'm pretty sure on that same card is when Chris lost the belt to
Yeah, he did.
Luke.
I was there.
It was a rough night.
It was. Me and Dad walked back to our hotels with our tails between our legs. But it was, Jose, legend. I'm glad he's a Hall of Famer. What kind of Hall of Fame?
UFC 2023.
Yeah, but don't they have different kind of Hall of Fame?
Depending, they'll have modern wing. I'm assuming.
What is that?
Modern, for the newer fighters. But if you have a fighter, say, I don't know, I'm just throwing out Sakuraba, he would be on the classic wing.
Got you.
Where he never really fought in the UFC or he didn't do a whole lot, but he's a legend, so that's kind of where he goes.
Gotcha.
But Jose, first Hall of Fame inductee of 2023, much deserved.
Bro.
Much
But
deserved.
one of the best of all, whoever did it right there.
I know.
For a long time.
And even Conor McGregor he was
yeah, I saw
deserved
that.
or something like that.
It was really cool to see. But man, we know when I think about these guys retiring, I always wonder what are they going to do afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
You hear about these Pride legends, and now they're, it's like, what's his name? He was sauced up, Mark
Coleman.
I think he runs a car dealership now.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe, I think it was him. But what do they do afterwards? What are they?
Well, I think Jose's got
do?
some boxing lined up.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Getting into boxing.
Okay, I can see him doing that and being very good at it.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid he's going to accidentally leg kick somebody and get disqualified. But good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
Okay, co-main event, Sweet Tea.
Moreno Figueiredo.
Moreno. I was hoping he was going to win. I called that one too. I didn't really call it, but I wanted him to win.
He did. He looked sharp.
Another NMF right there.
Scrappy.
He
was
doesn't
scrapping.
look it. He looks like a Gumby.
He was outworking Figueiredo. I mean, to the point where up until he won the fight, up until he finished the fight, he was winning. There was the judges gave Figueiredo the second round because of the guillotine that he was going for.
Yeah.
But I mean, it that was it. It wasn't like Figgy was started picking it up on him or nothing.
Yeah.
Moreno still looked solid, sharp, scrambling, scrappy. Scrappy.
Who was the champ before this?
What fight is it? What way is
This
that?
is fourth.
25?
This is fourth fight.
Is this 125?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
125.
Cejudo. Then he retired.
No. What were they fighting at?
Yeah, they're fighting at 25.
Yeah, but how many? But who was the champ?
Cejudo. I'm pretty sure it was Cejudo. Then he vacated the belt.
No, but then I thought they all fought Then they fought 4 times. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, you mean which one of them?
Was
Figueiredo. Figueiredo was the champ.
So did they do it again? Did they fight again?
No, this is
Best two out of. Best what?
What
are the numbers now?
I think Moreno's won 2 out of the 4 because one of them was a draw. And then Figueiredo won.
Oh, that's right.
And then Moreno won, and then Figueiredo won, and then Moreno won, I think, or something like that.
So just keep going back and forth, back and forth.
And then this one didn't end clear cut.
Dang.
Because doctor stoppage, But Figueiredo said, I'm done fighting down here. I got to go up to 35.
Yeah.
So he's going up to 35, rightfully so. Do some work up there. Let Moreno do his thing down at 125.
Good for Moreno, bruh. Let's go.
Scrappy and solid, and he's training at Jeff Neal's gym now too.
Really?
That gym, Fortis, is
dude. How many
popping,
fighters?
Bro.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys down there.
They're popping over at Fortis, man.
Where's that at?
It's weird, like the waves of MMA gyms. Greg Jackson's, ATT.
Yeah, Team Couture.
And then you had
like the top.
Yeah, you had like Izzy Adesanya's team. They were murking everybody, and then now you got Fortis has all these people, and Sanford.
He had to go back to the earlier ones, and they, you hear like the Lions Den, and all these different gyms. We're just like, oh, that's one to go to,
Black Zillions.
Yeah, ATT. I'm sure they're still around, but still, Black House in California, where Anderson, those guys.
That's what I meant, Black House, not Black Zillions. Those guys were in Florida.
Yeah, but you had Albuquerque, you had TriStar, you had, you know what I mean? There was like the big gyms of the era.
Yeah, TriStar was a big one for a bit there, but I don't even know if they're still putting out fighters.
Yeah, I think his brother's still fighting for the UFC, right?
Amen. Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't like
no. When you had
GSP and Rory and Robert Whitaker was training there, and
you had Nate Marquardt was also training there. But they all kind of flip back and forth between those gyms.
Nordine
Taleb, that's right. Yeah, those are good old days, dude. I miss those days. But, great co-main event.
Yep. Main event.
Jamal Hill. Legend. I think we should have bet on this card, dude. We would have made some money. Because we both had Hill winning. Just faster.
You're not allowed to bet on the fights anymore.
I know. Oh yeah, you can't. That's right.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to.
Really?
They have like a weird thing. Like even they don't even let some like household or like family members bet on fights because it could be you betting through me.
Yeah.
So they just don't let anybody in the family bet. But anyways, I don't know how they keep it, bro. CIA, Jason Bourne,
new freaking 205 champion, man.
Nuts.
I know. So who does he fight next? So first off, Glover retired.
Yep.
Left his gloves on the mat. He says, I'm done. Bro, how does that dude still crushing like that at the tippity top? Just say, I'm done. I would love to see him fight again. He's taking some
last night wasn't a crushing it moment.
Yeah.
He was on the end of a one-sided beatdown like I've ever seen from him, like he was rough last night.
Jamal's faster. He's longer, putting everything together. I mean, but if you look at Jamal, I mean, he had some black eyes and cuts and things too. Like he was landing some shots, but still, new champ.
Jamal did way better than I thought he was going to do. I thought if Jamal was going to win the fight, it'd be early and it would be a knockout.
Yeah.
I did not see him grinding out a 5-round, one-sided beatdown of Glover Teixeira. Glover had a couple of moments.
He could not, but he couldn't.
He couldn't take him down. He couldn't keep him down. I didn't realize Jamal was as tall as he was, and his range was a problem for Glover.
Yeah.
Because Jamal was just fading back, but he would come in with his long 1-2s, that left head kick, switching sides.
I've met Glover a few times. I think we're the same size, or I might be a little taller than him.
No.
I swear.
There's no way, dude. They said they have him listed at 6'2".
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know how UFC does that.
Yeah. But Jamal was on point power.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to gas, and even when he looked tired, he would still rally and throw hard shots. And it got to the point to where even, you could have called the fight there too. Like
he's warrior, man. He's a warrior. Like even you have to put yourself in that sort of a shape to where even when you are fatigued, because you can train hard in a gym, it's still not the same when you're giving it your all. Like when you spar here, you're really not giving it 100% because you're injuring your partners. You can't throw as hard, blah blah blah.
Or you get injured yourself,
But in a fight, you're giving it all you got. Every punch is hard, kick. You're moving. You're trying to be as fast. Your mental is exhausted because it's such a mental game. You're so focused. you're more tired than anything, which tells me when you are tired and you're still throwing hard and fast, even when you are fatigued, how hard he had to have gone in the gym to prepare for this fight. Like he was in it to win it.
Yeah.
You know? So I respect that a lot.
And the fact that Teixeira couldn't hardly take him down, couldn't keep him down.
Which is crazy because we all know how good he is.
Yeah, he kept down Blachowicz and submitted him. He was beating up Prochazka for a while there, and Jamal was just like, nope, I'm gonna get up. So he got up.
I want to see Prochazka in him.
That's the next fight.
Dude. That's it. Did he have shoulder surgery or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the fight to make right there. I think that would be, two strikers too.
And Prochazka's long too, and tall, and he's got like 50 fights under his belt.
But the thing is, I don't think he's fought anybody quite as long or as fast because, Blachowicz is not that fast. I don't think, not as fast as Hill. But Hill's got that striking power, and Prochazka keeps his chin up a lot. His defensive is not there, but he's able to keep guys away because of his reach.
Yeah.
But you get the guy with the same reach and just as fast as you. You know what I mean?
And Prochazka relies a lot on his unpredictability as well, which can get him in trouble.
Yeah.
Because Glover rocked him about 15 times.
That's what I'm saying. And he couldn't do that against Hill.
No, because Hill's swinging.
I think Hill wins that
dude.
fight.
Really?
I think.
Over the veteran Prochazka?
Pachaniskas?
Freaking BJP.
After watching him last night, that Jamal Hill, I think, could beat him.
In enemy territory, young fighter. Homeboy got signed off of Contender Series in 2019, and now he is the 205 champ.
Wow.
By way of pure luck, he just happened to be in the right place, right time. The stars aligned for Jamal Hill. Yeah. If you think about it, it was supposed to be Teixeira and Prochazka. That fight fell through. Then it ended up being Blachowicz on Kalaev, which was totally random out of left field. And then they fought to a draw. And now all of a sudden they're like, well, we got to have a 205 champion. So you guys are fighting in February in Brazil for the belt. And Hill's like, yeah. So who knows, dude? Ankalaev and Hill is a good fight because Ankalaev's a young stud too. And, there's good fights now that you got a fresh champ up at the top.
It has to be because I want to see it, so that's why they have to make it happen. Jamal Hill versus Prochazka.
It's going to be.
It'll be great.
It'll happen.
Great.
100%.
Man, I think this is our longest podcast we've ever done.
Definitely.
This is a record, guys. You guys are in for it.
I know. Let's see. Before we close out, let's see what's coming up next week. I think it's the crazy one with, Lewis and Spivak. Blagoy Ivanov, that dude's tough. Anyways, this is nuts because the main card starts at 1 a.m.
What? Where's this at?
It's in Vegas. It was originally supposed to be in Korea. Korean Zombie was supposed to be the main event, but he got hurt, so they moved it to Vegas.
The time the same?
Because they still have some Korean fighters on the card.
Okay. 1 a.m. It starts at 1 a.m.
The main card starts at 1 a.m. Bro.
Dude,
they have
always
some
listening.
Koreans. It's still chock full of. Yeah, so they're keeping it the same time so that the Korean folk can still tune in at a decent hour and watch it.
That's gotta suck for the fighters. When you're in Korea,
Derek Lewis is gonna be fighting at like 4 a.m.
Dude, that's the thing. Okay, so if it was in Korea, it wouldn't be that bad because you're there in their same time zone.
And you can go out there 2 weeks early.
And adjust. But when you're here having a fight at 1 a.m., you have to change everything around. You got to be staying up later. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As a fighter, what do? Do you train?
Yeah. Derek Lewis is going to be in the gym sparring at 4 a.m. for the last month.
I don't
know.
I don't know
have you
seen
guys,
him lately?
But I don't see Derek Lewis waking up.
No.
To train at 4 a.m.
I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I saw this transformation of him. He looks way leaner. He's jogging now. He's running. He looks super lean.
Yeah.
Is that real?
I hope.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw that too.
So that's a real thing.
I think.
Never thought he would ever do that. Never thought it would. When I looked at him, when he first came up, I looked at him as being the new UFC big country.
Yeah.
You know, just have the big belly.
One hit of quit of
just
power.
One hit of quit of power, just throwing the right hand. But he's leaned up. He's changing things up. I like it.
He's got to. He's got a little bit of a rough patch.
He said, look, I mean, he didn't say this, but I can read it. I can see it in his body. Mm-hmm. He's going for that title
He's
shot.
got to. Got to get that mind right. You know?
Dude. I'm glad he's doing that. Imagine an in shape, just throwing right hands every second of every round.
Non-stop rowdy tighties.
Bop, bop, bop. I mean, is one of them going to land it?
Yeah, got to.
Work on that takedown defense.
Mm-hmm. Work on that cardio defense.
Yeah.
So you taking? I'm taking Derek Lewis versus Spivak.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Derek.
Going for my man D. Lou. D. Lou who?
Right. D. Lou who?
But speaking of D. Lou who, we got to get out of who. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. We got some other film we got to do, dog.
We do. Got to get some.
I'm dreading it right now, to be honest with you.
No, we got a good one coming for you.
Bruh.
Next couple of weeks, be on the lookout. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so that you don't miss it. Because I'm telling you, this one is going to be exciting.
And it has something to do with a breathalyzer.
Oh, breathalyzer. Yeah, you'll find out, bro.
Bruh, I'm not
Nuts.
I'm
But
not
anyways,
looking forward
again,
to this.
guys, that's it. That's all we got.
Let's go.
Appreciate y'all for listening to this week's podcast. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to check out Legacy Precious Metals down in the description for any advice, any information you might need on investing in precious metals. And until next week,
Man, have a good week, y'all. Stay positive, stay focused, stay on the grind. You know the dealio, right? You know the deal. Wake up every morning with a smile on your face. Catch y'all later.
peace.